All right.
This is a great shade of blue on you, Just saying.
Nerdsy, you ready?
Yeah.
Delpesh, you ready?
Who's the shade of blue? Yeah, I'm ready.
DM, you ready?
Isn't that what the clapping's for? Damn, are we doing this
I like
or not?
doing this like lineup
Relax. It's
thing.
not that deep.
Okay, whatever. In a world where
Like a bitch.
people are selling their soul to OSAP, this
shit.
is the vent. I'm your host, Jay Hunterville. We got the Nerdsy here.
Hey.
We got Delpesh here.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
That threw me off a little.
It did. But we have this person in my right that's quite irritated. What's your name again? DM? And today,
Wait, is DM the one that's selling her soul for ASAP? Who's the one?
No. I'm just talking in general. Like people are selling their soul to
People
OSAP
are out
right
here
now.
really selling their soul
Like-
for ASAP.
I don't even think so. I think it's the opposite. People out here taking great advantage of OSAP, actually. So I don't think they're selling their soul. I think OSAP getting jilted.
Until you can't pay it, and then the interest rates kick in.
I wouldn't want
I'm
to put those people on blast. DM.
Rolling.
I mean, I don't know
I
if
don't put them on
you
blast.
saw that, but I mean, a lot of people be taking vacations with their OSAP money during reading
lie.
week. So
Oh shit.
actually
And still be able to go to do school. And, well, that's,
I don't know how they do it, but some people be getting grands on grands, and
Wait, OSAP is
Be
both
living
college
lives.
and university?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the money funding part.
Wow.
Wow.
The vacations, yo. Whole cars out here.
Because they give you whatever's left over, right?
Yeah.
I never got nothing left over, Bridget. They just paid my tuition. That's
right?
it.
I've never gotten anything.
I wish I
extra
got a
either.
little. Just give me a little pocket money.
But
One
that's what
time
you
I was
have to
lucky enough
apply
they paid
for.
my full tuition, but
Yeah.
most times they don't even pay my full tuition. I still have to take money out of my
Pay?
pocket.
Give me a little lunch
That's
money.
wild.
Like
That's,
I don't need the $5 meatball subs
shit-
every day.
Wild.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be talking about H to the Hova, Jay-Z, and the NFL. If, last week we were talking about Jay-Z working with the NFL.
Yes.
And it's, I don't know, now that we found out his reasons of going to the NFL, how do you guys feel about it? Delpesh, how do you feel about, like, are you upset with Jay-Z now? Based off what's going on?
I actually haven't got the recent thing, so update me, please.
I think the recent thing is, I think his donation to, he basically did a Michael Jordan,
Right.
where he donated to both sides. So he donated to, I think the NFL, and then he donated to, like, for example, children in Chicago,
Yes.
helping, like, youth get out of gangs and stuff like that. One particular thing I saw on Twitter, which I think I'll put in the description, there was a caption of a white woman cutting off a kid's dreads.
Okay.
So people were upset about that because they look at Hope like, you're growing dreads, why is this? And then the whole identity of the word dreadlocks and where the word dread came from and stuff like that.
It got deep like that?
It got deep like that in the thread.
Yo,
Yes.
why do people...
But that's the thing, Twitter always have these deep threads that you just learn about everything. But in regards
But
to,
also the lady that was cutting the dreads when she originally, I don't know if we saw the same post, but when she originally captioned it, it was something like, like cutting off this young man's dreads so he can have a better life. So like she had the connotation there that apparently dreads are dreadful, and you have to
cut them off to have
That is the same thing you saw.
gentrification. Yes. Hey, man.
I didn't see the post, so I don't know what to say on that.
That's
But
wild.
What about the donation though? So he just be like, you take some money on this side and then you take some money on this side.
I feel like sad realities, I think that's how it was gonna be anyway.
With
Like him working with the NFL, they have to get something out of it.
Which is fair, but I mean, it was the whole how he had something set up. So what was it? It was like music or something like that.
Yeah, he was running the halftime shows.
Right.
And he was selling like T-shirts or something like that.
Correct. And all the proceeds, was it all the proceeds or was it a specific type that was going towards the concern
I think it was a specific
type?
Yeah.
Huh.
And just the whole, I think also just the whole thing with Kaepernick, like how he wasn't like acknowledged per se in the whole riff of things. I don't know. For me, based off the donations and stuff, it's like, I don't know what to say, because it's like, he's selling guns on both sides.
Oof.
That's an interesting comment.
And it's one of those things that's like,
Just here to pocket for himself. I mean, wasn't that the argument that some of the people were saying in the comments? That he is a capitalist, so he'll only do ventures for his own interests, i.e. his own pockets. And that he is not there for the people.
I don't know if I can say that though. Because he has done stuff for the people.
That's what you can't, I guess what you mean, like you can't completely like write it off. Like,
But were those the parts that mattered?
I don't know. The word, honestly, for me, I don't know what to say because it's like,
I mean,
there could be just a different, like, until the story ends, that's when I'll say something.
Why?
Because I don't know what his next move is. Like, this whole business and finance and all those stuff is all like, it's legit chess.
Right.
Right? So it could seem like this on one end, and on the other end, it's like just to set up something else, right? Like for certain people, like they don't want to go to Harvard for schooling or whatever, but they know they have to go through the oppression or whatever in Harvard to get that degree. And I'm not saying Harvard is depressive or whatever, but like they have to make a bad step in order to have the power to do other things, I guess.
it wasn't that, it was something else, but we'll go after.
Yeah,
It was something else.
right. That could be right.
But I get you. Instead, yeah. Because there are things that you just don't want to do, but you have to do it in order for you to get ahead. Yes.
Get at the specific.
Yes. And I get that. But then again, what is that goal?
I don't think he has. We have to wait and see.
But why?
The
us
season
as the
just
public?
started, so it's kind of like, what can you?
It did, yeah.
There's only so much you can say.
Yeah, but even then, so what's the initiative? I mean, when people do their campaigns, we always know what the initiative is. Why don't we know the initiative this time?
That's been a trend for a while. Like, there's a president that didn't really run anything.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Right?
No one really runs on anything anymore. They just kind of like.
And how do we know it's going to be consistent with anything that Kaepernick's message was actually going about?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when it comes to certain initiatives, like, especially him working for like the NFL,
Right.
like, we just have to hope that he does the right thing because everything is so silent.
But what is the right thing? See, even saying that, that's subjective, right? What is the right thing?
Well, based off whatever's like, just working with the NFL, you see how they pushed out Kaepernick, they pushed out certain things. You can't kneel. They use the whole term of kneeling as like, oh, you're hating on America or whatever, when it was not the case. So I feel like.
So to make it right for like everyone, or just like Kaepernick, as in like he gets to play again, he has part ownership in the team.
Well, I feel like the Kaepernick thing is settled because they did the settlement.
Because the payment is not settled. His job part is settled, but his actual act of social justice has not been settled. That's the part where it's like, when are we going to talk about this?
Like with Jay-Z at the helm, is he gonna stop? Like what? Like the money? I guess he wants to guide the money of the NFL. Like, because I assume they fund programs in like different cities. Are they gonna? Is he gonna fund them the money to guide the youth to another path of life? Or?
Now that I'm really thinking about it, it's kind of like when Adidas did their like shoe drive, and they transported their shoes and donated to undeveloped countries so people could have shoes. Or they did a sneaker color thing, and all those people who did their arts to the sneakers or the designs, they donated those things again to an undeveloped country. There are companies who have done these campaigns and done these things, and they've shown that this is what their contributions are. NFL, how many things do you know that has been outside of the NFL or just America? And how many times have their contributions have they done that and given back?
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
In a way.
Because now I'm thinking about it. Maybe that might be the actual concern itself.
I don't know about all that. I don't have a clue because I know a couple companies have their own like campaigns, like NBA Cares. They go to whatever. NFL probably has one as well. I don't know what it is, but I think based off Jay-Z's business and how he does his stuff, I feel like it's too early to say that he's using the money for himself when you've seen him flip money like the Samsung deal for Magna Carta for like a album with whatever, flip that money to do something else.
But that's
right?
for himself.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's not a charitable cause.
I highly doubt that, especially in this world that like you could get canceled and people want no parts with you and people around you, that he's gonna make a bad decision when it comes to that type of thing.
Doing a charitable cause?
Yeah.
Or helping?
Or like even helping out like the NFL and that type. Because if you're working with them, you're already looked at a certain way, right?
For working
Just
with
being
NFL?
affiliation.
Right. So I doubt that he's gonna be. It's for me. It's just too early to say what his plan is. To be honest,
I don't
dead
think
serious.
it's too early. I think
Yeah.
anything can be said now.
You're leaning on the. He's going for self. He's going for dolo, as people say.
I kind of look at it like it's short. It wasn't properly thought out. That's how I kind of look at it. Your whole camp is getting their name out there, which is great. You're doing free promo for your camp. But how does that change the laws?
Which is,
That's the part that I'm questioning about. Like, your role, what is your role? Is it just to continue making awareness to the public eye and that's it?
I think speaking to the higher ups.
And that's it?
I think he's one of those guys. Like, well, in the places in that he can speak to the higher ups and make a change in some way. Like, for example, like, I don't know if this is the best comparison, but like Kim Kardashian.
Right? She's
She's
been on fire.
Well, whatever she's doing, she has the power to speak to Trump to get people out of jail for whatever reason.
Okay. But that's what I mean. Like, right there and then, my girl did what campaign? I can't remember. And off the bat, she told you who the person she was trying to get out. She told you she was going to have a conversation with the president and did it. And she did whatever. And she got this lady out. Plus, she's working on getting the law changed.
At the same time, just because
One
it's not out in the open, it doesn't mean that it's not being done.
It is out in the open.
No, I'm just saying,
you're saying because it's
it
not.
doesn't mean it's not being done. So, like I said, it's still hard to say until the stories end. Like, until ties are done or whatever deal is complete, then you can see the results. Because nothing's being said.
Okay, so got a comment from Misfit Logic.
Okay.
First comment was, the whole thing looks sus, can't lie. But then the second was, maybe with Jay-Z and the higher ups though, maybe it would be easier for Spotlight to be shined on them because Jay-Z's name is attached to them now. So instead of having it on Jay-Z, have it on the actual people who are in the room. And let's see what their thinking and thoughts are.
I don't know. I don't know on that part. Like, for me, I don't know what to say on that.
Okay, you being a consumer then, how would you feel about the lack of transparency?
So consumer of NFL and both Jay-Z as the brand.
Correct.
I'm not. But if I was, based off, I would trust the brand that he
Upholds?
upholds.
Oh, this is like that.
I don't know if DMV
Separating the artist and the craft.
Like,
That's
if
what that
you're
is.
known, like, it's one of those things, like, if you're known as a charitable giver and now you're in another place,
Yeah.
like, where does it change? If that makes any sense?
So you're saying it's not conditional. It
I
should be consistent no matter what.
think it should be consistent. But I could be wrong. You know? So.
Wait, are you caught up to the where he released a statement saying that because of the single mothers in the home and the lack of or the absence of a father, that's why children tend to act up with law enforcement.
Is that what he said?
No, that's I'm paraphrasing. And in order to correct that problem, you keep the parent household together.
Correct.
So that the children don't act up around police.
Yes.
And then the issue with that is, even if you had people had two parent
Parenthood, yes.
parent homes from like time, right?
Right.
Even before like the breakup that happened between like the end of the 70s and the crack era. Police were still doing what they wanted to do with citizens. So I don't think that's something that'll change at all, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of low-key just said, hey, just...
Again, the problem isn't the law enforcement. The problem is the people. That was the same point that I had the first time we had this conversation. I was like, why are we not looking at how these cops or how the justice system is running and figure that out? Why is the whole overhaul not being shone on them?
That's wild.
That's like the whole, like, it's like closely related to, women who decide to wear a skirt and a mini top. You're just asking to be
catcalled.
Yeah, exactly.
Treated a certain way.
Exactly.
Not respected.
Now the clip I saw, obviously, if someone has an agenda, they'll cut it out of context, right? But like it was during a full interview that happened, I think, in January, and because people don't catch on right away, it's hot right now because of what's happening, what she's doing, right? So I just thought it was interesting. Just another person that's kind of high up there that says, "Hey, you guys just settle down, be respectful, obey, and then you won't get shot." Right? It's wild, man.
That's such a weird interaction. Like, how people's experience when they're just being expressive.
Yeah.
And then the other side or the receiving side takes it as, like, it's an aggressive attack.
Which is, yeah.
It's like, wow. Why is there such a huge miscommunication?
I don't have a clue. I really don't.
I do. They're training.
The way I see it, all I know is I can't make a decision yet on what he's doing because I don't pay attention to the NFL. I don't really watch the NFL until like Super Bowl, which is bad because I'm still supporting it. But yeah, I don't know much about it, and to tell you the truth, I don't really know much about Jay-Z. Like, I know his music or whatever, but I know he's retired and...
what do you mean?
Yeah.
The man claimed he's retired? How are people retired and still making tracks?
He retired around, what was it, Kingdom Come? Between the Black Album and the Kingdom Come.
You know how it is. People can retire and come back when they want to. It's just you have to pay homage when he says, I'm back. You know?
Like, rappers only retire.
It's one of those type of things.
Wild.
It's kind of like saying, I'm going to leave now, but hold my seat.
That's hilarious.
You know, so... And when I come back, I hope I get my seat back. So,
that was like the quick sidebar. That was like there's a Twitter footage of like a guy that was standing in Wonderland for like 2 hours. He had to use the washroom. He's like, "Oh, someone hold my spot."
In the line?
Yeah. He comes back, uses the washroom, and then they're like, "No, you got to get out." And it was like a big scuffle. Yeah.
Oh,
right?
That's wild.
In Wonderland?
Yeah, I heard about this. But
Canadians are supposed to be nice.
At the same time,
but like,
you know what?
Nah, we're not nice.
Okay, so to comment, they take it as an aggressive attack because they think there's a repressed notion of fear towards the people they're supposed to be protecting.
That's deep, man.
See, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to act like I know what that meant, but I did not know what because I don't know what repress all them big word them is. I'm just saying. It sounds like smart.
I just hope it doesn't come over to Canada. That's all I care about. I don't want any of this attitude to affect us. I'm sorry.
It's like, whatever's happening in the States, that's on y'all.
The history and how everything and the socializing and...
Well,
just don't bring it over here, please.
It probably is already here, but it's kind of watered down, like American Idol and Canadian Idol. Like, you know, it's like
I say it's more backdoor.
Yeah,
it's very like silent.
You know,
Covert.
It's covert. Like it's a feeling. Like it's something you can describe. It's a feeling you feel. Like you know when you're like, I'm not wanted here.
Like it's kind of, I don't know if this is the best analogy, but I was like. It's the difference between asking for directions here and asking for directions in the States. So, for example, in the States, you'd be like, oh, can I get to, like, 21st and Midland or whatever, and they'd be like, oh, damn, that's mad far. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, this is where it is or whatever. But sometimes you ask a Canadian person or Torontoan, whatever, they'll know, but they'll be like, oh,
They won't help you.
I don't know, sorry. It's like, I don't know. Trash analogy maybe. But let me just retire that. Speaking of retirement, Nicki Minaj is retiring to start a family.
Oh, that's the reason why she.
Yeah,
Wait,
she has a husband. She has a husband now. Are they married? Are they married?
I don't know.
Not yet.
No, they're not
Yes.
married, no.
Or
But
maybe, and we just don't know.
she has a man, and she's living her best life. She's happy, and she's retiring because she wants to start a family and have some kids.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So why can't she just?
Well, this whole
work
podcast is
and
alleged
have a-
just to save her ass. But
Why doesn't she just have the children and the
And have a
career?
career like Cardi B.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she doesn't.
you don't have to do that though.
You
Like
don't have to, but when Cardi had that baby, the baby just came out and back on tour.
This is facts.
Kept working.
She did.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to Nicki Minaj,
Even Beyonce, man. Oh damn.
Even
hold on.
Beyonce, too.
When it comes to Nicki Minaj, I feel like she's in the top list, but to me, I'm not like a covert fan, like a big, not covert, a big fan of her.
Okay.
Like I'm just not, because the one track, the only track that I could say that for me that I'm like Nicki Minaj went like super crazy was her Monster, when she featured in Monster, when she said Tony Matahan, .ay in it. I'm like, okay, yes, you know your stuff, even though your background's Trinidad. But anyway,
What's wrong?
for me, that's why Jamaican runs even other countries. But I feel that I don't think Nicki is. I feel like she's put herself in a place that it's like.
A box.
You think she's backed in the corner almost?
Not really backed in the corner, but just. When you've done some things and now it's all coming back to bite you.
Oh.
Oh.
In what way?
Like, the whole thing of like not paying Nicki homage. No, Kim homage.
Yeah.
And then that little kerfuffle between the two.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of like you don't really hear her like bigging up any other female artists at that time.
False. People just don't look for it. When she was coming up, she was definitely bigging up other female artists.
Kim,
Kim included. They have a song together.
Lil Kim.
Yeah, from way back. Way back. People just don't fact check.
Okay, so when it came to the part when she was,
Because I used to think this too, and then I was fact checked by a barb. So now I know that she has tons of interviews where she calls out Little Kim and she calls out Missy and she calls out all these other artists.
okay, fair.
Yeah, Missy was
Correction.
Wow, that was lit.
Yeah, it was. But correction. Now, you have somebody in town, new sheriff in town, or a new person in town. Cardi B comes out, and that's the best person for you guys to beef against. Like that's the person you guys want to like have an issue with. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna go on Motorsport and say you're this, but I'm the Lombardi Trophy. Like I'm the trophy, and you're like.
I don't know. I feel like Nicki has transformed into my depiction of a 1950s housewife lately.
Oh.
Explain.
In her style, her attitude, it's just I'm gonna kick my feet up and dust the house, and that's enough for me to do. Like, that's it. Like, I don't feel like she's grinding as much as she was.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think her stuff is sticking.
Like how it used to.
Yeah, that's just me.
So she's like the fans moved on, in a way.
No,
No,
not that
not
the
the
fans.
fans.
She
Not
has
the
bars.
fans.
She has
are-
bars.
Die hard.
She
Yes.
has.
It's not that the
Nicki
fans
can do
who
no
moved on.
wrong.
I think she is just thinking. I think her head's gotten a little big.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And she thinks she doesn't have to work as hard as she needs to be working.
Okay.
So I don't know about that. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it's not necessarily working as hard because I still think that like her work ethic is great. I think it's the quality of what she's putting out is not the same. Sorry. Nicki. fans.
Kobe, Kyrie, Kyrie, pick a K.
But yeah, I just don't think the quality is what it used to be.
Ooh.
And I think that's why.
Yo, this is. I feel like
Okay,
this
what
is
did
a
the person
shot in
say?
the comments. It was actually anytime she's in a relationship, she drops off. That's what the person said.
Ooh.
And then
That could be true.
I could see that.
and then did the same with Meek. Meek. That's
Wait, what's the
crazy.
Saphira thing about then? Because
Safari.
Ah!
okay, you know
Safari looks like a happy person anyway. Like this guy is like, how do you pop like at the
But
bottom
maybe that
forward?
was different because she was still coming up when she was with him, right?
that may be a
So,
factor, yeah.
as in, like, she didn't have room to be able to relax because she wasn't on top at the time. Well, she was making her way there, and she did get there at one point, but, like, maybe that's why the grind never stopped when she was with him because she was still, like, working to get to the top. When she was with Meek, when she was with, whatever this guy's name is, Petty.
Petty.
Yeah, I think his last name is Petty. Kenneth Petty.
Oh, I thought you were.
I
trying
think.
to.
Tell me if
thought
I'm
it was-
wrong. I think that's what.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that like she's in a position where she can relax. Like she doesn't have to work as hard. Like she can retire and still be fine. She has all these other, things she could work on. I think she's coming out with something with Fendi, right? Like she can focus on fashion if she wanted to, try to be Rihanna. She can, I don't know what else is there. What else does she do? More perfumes?
Yeah.
I remember that was really a thing though.
I don't know
What a new perfume.
I don't know what other else she got
Yeah,
going
Penny,
on.
Penny.
Wait, she hasn't ventured into acting yet?
She has acted.
What? She's acted
She's done a few movies.
Really? I thought it was just one.
Wait.
No, she's done a few.
Which ones?
I think she's gonna be in Hustler.
No.
Can't
the
be
Cardi.
Cardi's.
Cardi's and Hustler. That
bad.
can't go on.
My
That can't
bad.
go on.
They
No,
barely
no.
made it through Motorsport.
No, like no.
Okay, I take it back. But she is in a few movies.
I know she's in one. She was in that movie with the.
3.
Yeah, she is.
And she was in the movie with the when the wife finds out that there's like 2 side chicks and they all like gang up to
side
like.
chicks.
Yeah, I forget what it was called.
That's wild.
She was in The Other Woman,
Yep, that's what it was called.
Angry Birds 2,
Oh.
That makes sense.
Barbershop, The Next Cut, Ice Age,
Her
Oh,
and
okay.
Lake Placid
She's been in
versus
a few. That's what I'm
Anaconda.
saying.
Oh yeah, I say.
She's been acting.
Okay, let's relax. It was 2 movies and 3 automated things. So she's
it takes a lot.
dabbled. She's dabbled in acting, and she
Dabbled.
may,
That voice acting is it's quite, it's a bit.
Well,
Steven in the Universe, she's in that too?
I thought Estelle was in Steven Universe.
I mean, there's lots of
voice
But
cameo.
that's like a one.
Listen, voice acting is hard, okay?
Episodes.
You try and change your voice from one octave to
I mean, I'm
another.
not saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying, like, if you're in one episode of a show, like,
You can't
I'm
say
not
you're a part of the
counting
cast.
it.
Yeah.
No, false. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm not necessarily counting it as, like, your repertoire to be like, yeah, you've been acting. But yes. But she has been. Like, she's been in the 5 movies, couple episodes here and there and stuff. Oh, no.
Someone was going in. So you guys don't take voice acting as acting?
False.
No, I never said
No.
that. We never
I
said
said,
that.
he said that. What I said was, if it was one-off episode, like a cameo in an episode, versus like her doing Angry Birds is a whole movie. That's
This is
different.
true. This is
Her
true.
doing a one-off episode in Steven of the Universe, I don't really count that in your catalog. But, Angry Birds 1 and 2, like, or 1 or 2, whichever. That's a whole movie. Like, go ahead,
I
do
didn't
your
even
thing.
know they had
Hiring
a second. I
from
didn't even know they had a
The
second movie.
rapper.
I think it's coming out this year. Did it already come out? I don't
Angry
know. I didn't
Birds?
watch any of them. Wasn't really into the game or anything, so I don't really care about that.
Big about Angry Birds. Angry Birds lit. Angry Birds was lit. But now it just got too hard, yo. It just got too hard. Too much things going in, bro.
But do I really feel like I mean, it's her choice if she wants to retire. But
I think she'll be back.
I don't think she's really retiring.
She'll be back.
yeah, like I just kind of feel like don't use the word unless you're
If you're
actually
actually
gonna
retiring.
actually retire, cause then
And
it's
not
like,
come back. There's people be,
Right? Like
popping
how-
back up.
How's Sean Combs? Has he come back yet? No.
He'll
He's been
come
gone.
back. He has another track.
Right,
in him.
Snoop Dogg retired and then
Listen.
came back
Yeah,
as Snoop
retired.
Lion.
His last
Snoop
Does that? Do
Lion.
we count that?
He's Snoop
He
Lion.
came back as someone else though. He reincarnated as.
Let me tell you something.
Now he's a reggae artist.
No, he was a gospel
Does
artist
he?
right after.
Oh, and he was a gospel artist.
And he had another album that came out like last month or this month.
For what?
I don't know,
I think
but
it's
I'm.
a gospel album, yeah.
It's another gospel album?
Snoop is not playing around out here.
You're not.
We'll fact check that.
From Crypt to Christ, nah, be. But I don't think it's a gospel album. I think it's just he did reggae,
From Crippen
gospel.
to Christ.
That is the title of the podcast. I'm joking. He did he did Lion, Super Lion, then Gospel
Snoop Lion,
Snoop,
yeah. Gospel Snoop, yeah.
and he probably
He had the number one album for a while too. Number one.
Yeah,
gospel album.
I recall that.
I'm not even gonna lie. That gospel album was fire.
Low key.
It was low key going in with some things, and that's what it's called. I Want to Thank Me, but this is not. Wait, this is not a gospel album. It has YG and Mustard, Wiz Khalifa.
Okay, so yeah, he's not retired. He has not retired. There we go.
The man has.
I counted it differently since he came back as a different artist, but since he went back to his roots, then same old Snoop, different album.
That's exactly. That's what the comment was. She said she came back as someone else. So good.
Maybe Nicki should come back as an R&B artist.
Yo, stop. Please stop.
That's the worst version
No-
of Nicki.
no
I
offense
can't.
to
The
her
fake
at all.
I
singing is
couldn't
the
deal with
worst
his
version.
singing. Nicki's singing was wild, B. It was.
But you know what? We're haters, low key, because if we can deal with Drake's little monotone, one note ass, we can deal with Nicki. It's the same shit, just the girl version.
Said from Drake's Muse, but
Exactly. So if we can take Drake and his one monotone note, then we can take Nicki's.
I'm rolling.
But I don't.
it frazzles your mind. It's just like.
Cause I could deal with like a Drizzler Kalanji, right? I can't deal with Sean, you and Mr. Kingston. I can't do it. I can't, like it's different for me.
How about the R&B? What are you talking
No, I'm
about?
talking about like just switching pitches of
Oh, okay.
voices, like And what was a Nicki Minaj R&B song? No, give me a Nicki Minaj
Yeah, I would
R&B.
say.
Moment for Life, yeah.
That sound poppy to me.
No, that was pop.
That was pop.
That's
She
poppy.
still rapped in it. She
Yeah.
rapped in it. She just sang the chorus, but she
Which
rapped.
one was Boom Boom Bass? That's all I know.
Oh, Super Bass is also
Super
pop.
Bass?
That's pop.
Super Bass?
Maybe Pills and Potion, maybe? I think she sang that. No, I don't know. I don't really do the whole Nicki catalog. She's not for me.
Not for me neither.
Right Through Me, does that count? That one with Chris Brown?
I feel like it's the one with Trey Songz's brother. Can't remember. his
Trey
name right
Songz's brother.
now. Yes.
Trey
Songz
Songz
got a brother?
Yeah.
That's out
Yeah.
in the music industry?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember right now, but he's like beautiful.
I think you're getting you see now we have to fact check. Trey
Fact check.
Songz. Are you sure he just said, "Oh, that's just a bro"? That's my bro. You be careful.
Like a blood brother.
I think that's
Forrest
his blood brother.
Neverson and Alex Neverson.
What'd you say?
Why
What
are
is
we
his
laughing
stage
at people's
name?
names?
No, I'm not laughing at the name. I'm just saying that's his brother's name. And Trey, I'm not hating on Trey. Shout out to you, Trey, because I know you got hands. B, you fight anybody and anything.
Don't say he fights anybody.
You know,
He fights people?
What? Trey with the
R&B
braids? Trey, what?
Oh, Trey with the braids. Okay, that's different.
Trey with the braid, like as if he cuts off his braids and now he got no hands. What?
No, he has hands.
No, now that I remembered he had the braids, he probably has hands.
No, he has hands, B.
No, but you know the braids is all tight up in your head. You're mad off the rip, and then someone else just pisses you off.
This is anybody that's
Facts.
over 30 or
Facts.
over 30 that still has the
feel
cornrows
you.
have hands, B.
He doesn't though.
Trey has hands, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't have the braids over 30. He's like 30 now.
Is he 30 now?
He's not old.
Trey, back to fact checking. Trey
Oh man.
Song's age.
Probably
I'm
like
trying to think.
32.
34.
34. Okay.
Yeah, so he definitely did not have the braids 4 years ago.
Okay,
he
25.
stopped having braids
over 25.
like ages.
Over 25. Fact check. Over 25. God, okay. Anyway,
So no
retiring.
R&B Nicki, no pop Nicki. I know a lot of
Just
people-
all Nicki out of the rap game altogether. Wow, you see that face?
I just know people about the barbs gonna come for us. I didn't say that. I just want y'all to know I didn't say that. DM didn't say that. That was
The
Shorty
face.
over here with
face.
the
I feel like Nicki
With a
will.
washing machine.
Yep.
I feel like Nicki will come back.
Oh man.
I feel like Nicki will come back.
Okay, if she comes,
Yeah, is it good?
if she's off, right? Say she does actually retire. Now, who's gonna get the title? Cardi?
It'll be Cardi.
And people are mad because all Cardi's been doing, or Stallion.
I think it would be Cardi because she's next
Stallion?
up right now, but
Yeah.
I think Stallion's up and coming, definitely.
Yeah,
It's
That's-
interesting how Stallion's like right after Cardi.
Cardi.
And then who's this person called Lizzo? Is Lizzo
Oh,
after
Lizzo.
What is
I
this
like
rap?
Lizzo.
Is she rap? She's not rap. Hip-
I think she is. She might be pop.
yeah, I think she's more pop than rap.
I think she's both. Nicki was both.
Yeah, technically.
Wow.
I think that
No, Lizzo
I
Banks
don't think that Lizzo's up next
miss
though.
Lizzo,
I think she's hot right now. I don't know if she has the longevity. Love her though. I just feel like it's just people's taste right now. Like they're just like dipping like, "Oh, I just found out this song that was released 2 years ago." Like, you know, like I'm not seeing the longevity there.
In Lizzo?
Yeah, but not because of her and her talent, but because of people.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if she's on that list yet, but I definitely see it being like Cardi, Meg, maybe Saweetie?
Oh, that.
Shouty? Sweet,
no,
sweet.
Saweetie, yeah.
Sweet shot.
Only because
The My
she's
Type
really
girl?
getting a fan
Yes.
base now, and you know fan bases are everything.
Yes.
Basically, you can have zero talent, and as long as you have a big ass fan base,
Whoa,
boom. And I'm
whoa.
not saying that she has zero talent. I'm just saying
yes.
fan bases make
Clarify
careers.
that, man.
But that's the thing, because
You want the rich? That's my type.
and that's the thing, because it's like there's better rap. Like that's the thing. I don't know, because for
Yeah,
me,
that
there's
was my
better rappers like
argument.
Rhapsody
Who gets underlooked?
who gets underlooked.
Young M.A. who dropped the track called Big is nice, but she gets underlooked.
For many reasons.
For many reasons.
For many
Well,
reasons.
yeah.
That whole the whole dildo thing was like a whole thing.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Made a lot of people feel scared.
Wait.
What do you mean
happened?
scared?
Wait, with her. With her. in
What did she
particular?
do?
With the dildo thing?
Huh?
Supposedly she walks around with a dildo.
Oh, you went at that angle.
Are you
But
allegedly?
that makes people feel scared. I have a dildo in my pants. You're scared? How?
Yeah, there are a lot of men who were like, oh my god.
Oh, the men are scared? Oh, okay.
Men?
That makes sense. Because I'm like,
Are scared of that?
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
I think we talked about it. It's
I don't know.
It's like a, yeah.
Like
It's like a, it's an insecurity. Some of these guys be insecure now that she's like walking around with a dildo. They're like, my girl could just whip it out.
I don't even know if that's true in the first place. So I'm not even gonna like.
I thought she was doing a cucumber thing. I was like, what are you? I was like, oh,
Really? Nah, man, I heard it was a
Yeah,
dildo.
Walking with a strap on, man.
I don't know about all that, but I think Nicki will come back. I feel like there's gonna be a time she might go. I think she'll double back on
By
what's it
then,
called?
maybe she'll turn into a Joe Budden and just do like podcasts.
I think that's
right?
what
like,
she's
because
thinking.
Queen
She already
Radio
does.
is
Yeah.
hot.
She
so
does do a podcast.
she could.
I think she has something in the tuck, yeah, when it comes to that.
Aside
Joe
from
got
the
lucky
children.
with that though. Not like. No, but like remember people. He was like down and out after
Crack?
the first. I mean, I don't know about that.
Okay, y'all.
I'm talking about after the.
Sorry, you said down and out. Like, what else is there?
No, after his first like Def Jam album, with the Pump It Up single, with the Clubbing single, or was that Marcus Houston?
Dang.
Whatever. He was on the single
I didn't
too.
mean to hurt your idol. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not my idol. Whoa, wait, time out. We're gonna time out the game right here. It was just
Red
so,
card!
it was just so funny that it just went like, you know how like Caribbean people like it's like when they try to guess and it's so left field. So it's like it's there. It's not
He
left
was
field,
down
but
and
it's
out of
there.
the crack.
It's kind of like, you know,
Was it crack? It was crack, right?
it's kind of like,
I wouldn't even know.
It's more pill, allegedly.
Are we sure? I feel like he even called himself a crack.
but it's like for example, it's like for example,
Put you in
like
another zone, like.
this is
I
so
feel like
wild.
this is lean.
It's like, you know what?
do you know?
like a
you
lean-
should
Yeah.
know.
It wasn't.
Was it
it
crack?
was like
Or was it
pills.
pills?
It was
Pills,
pills
yeah.
and stuff
Okay.
like that because he talks
Oh.
about it. But it was just so funny that she went like,
I'm sorry.
he's like he
I
was just
definitely thought
addicted
it
to
was
crack. It's like when someone's like, you know, for example, another analogy because it's like someone saying, you know, it's the LGBTQ community, and someone just saying, wait a minute. It's like it's just like whoa, like.
Dang.
I'm just no, but I'm just saying that's how you
We're
I'm just,
canceled.
it's an
Here you go.
example.
No,
it's
it's just like if
example.
you're saying like something like we're not letting white folks say the N word just because they're saying it as an example. Like
But I'm
you
not
can't
even,
say.
I know, I know.
Every time
I'm sorry.
this example gets
Forgive me.
used, I always think of Boondocks. Not
It's nigga! Nigga! That was funny. But
I heard it was
sorry.
coming back. Is this true? or
Yeah, it's
not?
coming back with the same
Boondocks.
people.
Oh, I can't
Same people and
wait.
When?
everything.
Creator, yeah.
Like with
I
who?
cannot.
Aaron Magruder.
Aaron Magruder.
Okay, well I know the people, but is it like what channel? Like I
No,
gotta
think
know if I have
it's gonna be the
access.
same thing.
Is it
Adult
Cartoon
Swim.
Network?
Adult
I
Swim.
swear
Same
BET
thing.
is
Adult
not
Swim.
gonna
Okay,
pay them
it's
back.
Adult Swim, yeah.
Adult Swim. It's
I
still gonna be
I
Adult
hope they don't work with BET.
Ooh, but
I
why?
don't. They should.
No, he
No. He banned from BET.
He's banned from BET, actually.
After that BET episode, he's banned.
That BET episode is real shit. Why would he work with BET?
He's banned.
Why would? No, not for me.
Everyone's
But you
saying
know-
they agree.
But-
Reboot.
But you know what? It's the fact that like right now they're right about the whole chicken thing going on at Popeyes. Like every like beer episode of the Boondocks is like you look at it now and it's like
It's
And The
true,
Simpsons,
though.
facts.
And The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
It's
You gotta just
How these people
understand
be
the
knowing?
people. They just gotta understand
I
people.
really question the Simpsons guy. He knows some.
No, but
specific
it's
details, like-
easy. All you gotta do is talk to people and just figure out how they are, this and that. Just
I don't think it's that easy, yo.
No.
yeah.
He predicted Trump's presidency. He would predict that.
That's probably pretty
The
easy.
Simpsons predicted
No.
that. Like,
How many years do you have to be in a political training?
To pick Donald Trump like just the person, everything
Okay,
to the
but
T.
was Joe Budden a crackhead or not?
He wasn't a crack.
Okay.
Y'all, I was looking it up and I wasn't really getting a straight answer.
He wasn't a crackhead.
Oh, okay, wait.
He was
Joe
on the-
Budden apparently on Twitter said, "I've never done crack." Okay,
So-
my bad. Yo, it is not my fault. People are going out here saying this. I definitely have heard Joe Budden and crackhead in the same sentence numerous times.
But
it is
it's
not my
as a
fault.
joke.
I think you made it up.
As a joke.
Meek Mill said it.
Oh.
Apparently, when I looked up, is Joe Budden a crackhead? Apparently, Meek Mill said it. But also, I definitely have heard this around the streets. I thought this was regular stuff. I thought he was addicted to crack. He was addicted to pills.
He's done PCP before.
He's
admitted that.
done some drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is he called then? A pillhead or ex-pillhead?
Yo, is that even a term? Pillhead's a term?
I think so.
Yo, a pillas, brother.
Dust sounds even
This is
worse.
a terminology?
No, smoking dust. When you're smoking
Angel
PCP,
dust?
you're smoking
Okay, that
dust,
was
yeah.
one time. We can't call him a dust head because he did it one time.
Allegedly, he did multiple. But anyways, no,
See,
no,
that
he said-
sounds
no,
like
he-
crack to me,
he said
bro.
no.
We're saying PCP and crack ain't in the same boat.
No, but PCP,
What? I feel like hard drugs, they just get named a crackhead.
which
That's
is
not-
interesting, yeah.
So, I mean, are we...
Person said drug connoisseur. Please.
Trust me, like, trust me. She's breaking down drugs to the T, like there's like a scientific table of drugs. Like, see, crack is on this level, and
But
painted
y'all don't
dust.
agree?
Like,
There's like certain drugs, like, okay, there's weed where it's like no one really cares, it's not really a drug, whatever. Then there's cocaine, the gateway drug. And like, I don't know, I guess like popping
Then
perks will put
heroin,
in there.
opium.
And then there's like heroin, bath salts,
Yes.
crack. Like that's a whole other...
that's that bad drug. That's that bad one. That's the one that you eat people's face and thing, yo.
Ooh, the
bath
bath salt. The bath salt. Yeah.
Meth,
I don't even know.
yeah.
Lord God. Why?
Fentanyl, we'll put fentanyl up there too.
Like, jeez.
Yep.
The body.
Kids,
So
stay
we're just
away
gonna leave
from
him
drugs.
at pills.
Yes.
We're gonna
Okay.
leave him at pills.
Adults too. Stay
Adults
away
and
from
kids stay
drugs.
Can we just say,
Grow your
Let's
own.
get past this. I'm getting like the heebie.
can we just say over the counter, not over counter? Is it over the counter drugs? Is that what they call like pills? Like like not opiates,
Oh, what
but
people?
like
Yes.
No, because you can get the Xanax.
Yes, you can.
get the
Like
Percocet,
the Tylenol 5s or something.
the strong Tylenol,
Yeah.
the strong Advil.
Tylenol
Fam, there's
5.
more than
There's a Tylenol 5?
Bruh, there's so
I just found out
many.
about Tylenol 3. And you use that for
There's
people.
like a Tylenol certain.
4, but I was just like, maybe
Yeah.
they're mistaken.
It was
But-
like a 500 or something. There's like the dosage is like
yeah,
super
yeah, I think
high.
that's what
Wait,
it is.
okay.
The
You take
dosage of like
one,
codeine,
and
right?
it's
Or
just
like
yeah,
extra.
it's basically codeine. Like
Yo, I see how
Okay,
people.
But the reason I
Whoa.
brought up Joe in the first place is because despite him being left out and using mixtapes to create his craft, he ended up bouncing back
With
and having
podcasts?
what?
a
Sorry,
podcast.
go ahead.
Yeah, with the podcast. Yeah.
With the podcast, and then end up being a media, like the media in hip hop. So he has his show on State the Culture. He has his podcast. He has his.
Like, yo, he went from one album to boom. Now he's like the god of
he has multiple
podcasts.
albums,
So you're basically,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
He got multiple albums.
He has a lot of albums and mixtapes. Like, I don't know how you guys doing the math like that. Like it was like the battle rap when Hollow the Don was battling. This guy was
Okay,
like,
wait.
you had Pump It Up and Pump It Up.
Exactly.
That's disrespectful.
Okay.
No, leave. Yo.
Okay, what we meant is, but Pump It Up is like his most popular thing. Like, if you went to somebody on the street and said, name something Joe Budden did. Someone's saying Pump It Up, unless there's someone like you, they're saying Pump It Up and like whatever he did with Slaughterhouse. I don't know.
I'll say Club and
I'm not. You said someone like me. I'm that's
Someone who worships
that
the
trigger-
ground
that-
he walks
hold
on next to Jesus.
That is triggering because I don't even know lyrics to Pump It Up.
Okay, but you probably know his other lyrics.
Like
You know
I
he
don't.
has multiple mixtapes.
I know he has multiple songs.
Yeah.
When did he have mixtapes?
Yeah.
I know mood music, but I don't know like.
Oh, I have heard that title. I didn't know it was him.
Well, now you know, yeah.
No.
Now you know.
See, I know that stuff, but I don't know his songs like that. Like, I'm triggered when you say I worship people. It sounds like flex. You niggas worship him. Remember when he said that? You lie, Drake. You lie. You didn't lie.
That's big facts, though. He's not lying.
You lie.
He's not lying.
You guys worship him.
People really be worshiping him, bro. Him and Beyonce are right up there with Jesus. Like, people are really wild.
I thought you were talking about Tupac. You were talking about Drake.
I think he's talking about Drake or Tupac, one of those guys. He's like, like he was, you know, when someone's rasping or yelling, you lie, like bawling. Just worship him.
He does seem a little
Beer
sensitive.
spit on the mic, Bridget.
He was upset that day. I seen that clip.
He does seem very sensitive about Drake, so I would.
But yeah, well, I swear he is because I remember he was like at a party. He's like, and beep that Canadian. I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
The man was drinking. There's a man drinking. Right, started speaking. I was like,
What's going on?
like just back to the party.
So we're saying
off
Nicki can be a
Nicki,
possible,
yes.
yes. Nicki could be the possible Joe Budden. That's what we're saying.
I think so.
Okay. At the end of the day,
But I think that's disrespect. 'Cause she's like, I'm not Joe Biden. I am a queen
I am Nicki.
to freedom.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
So,
She's using her family to go to freedom.
what
I
is
mean,
it?
yeah.
the only thing I say is, can you keep your person that you love out the camera?
Ouch. Out
That
of
has an
your...
extended clip on them
Oh.
when they have to visit a PO.
Oh.
I'll just leave it like that.
Oh.
He's still gonna visit a PO? Y'all know he got 5 kids? I just found that out.
Wait, what? Pause. Whoa.
But you know what?
Whoa.
I
reel
haven't
it back.
fact
He
checked. It
probably
was something
takes
I
care
saw
of
on Twitter.
Right?
There was
Baby daddies don't lose out here.
a post on Twitter saying
Yo,
like
this is actually a real conversation, though. This is
Baby
fact.
daddies are not losing out
They're
here.
not losing. I feel bad
They
for the
always get
single
women.
men.
And there's single dudes just dickless out here. Dry. Dehydrated.
I mean,
can we
low key,
can we
there's
switch the
not
topic,
many
please?
of y'all out there, so it is what it is.
Can
The baby. Okay.
Baby daddies are winning on it.
what was the next topic, guys? Because
Now, speaking of kids and all that, are we going to the school? I guess, yeah. Back to school.
that's a weird ass segue, but
I
I don't.
apologize for the segue, but I didn't.
Getting all those 5 ready for school.
No, that was supposed to be the last topic. I think the other one was like you're bad. Like speaking of kids.
Do we think porn is negative?
Ah.
Oh,
Is that what it is? Does it have a
Yes.
negative effect on sex life or something?
I do.
okay.
He was a porn addict. He can tell us
Well
about it.
explained.
Whoa.
Wait, what was
That
the
was
shot?
Whoa,
That was a wild
that is triggering as well.
Okay, is
But-
triggering your word for the day?
Yes.
Like
the word of the week.
Toxic masculinity
And
from the last
two
couple
pods
episodes?
ago is systematically.
Oh,
The week ago was toxic masculinity.
and
Now
today,
this week
But
it's triggering.
It's triggering. But let me go back. For anybody that I offended, I'm looking at the camera like right here. I have offended based off my toxic masculinity, laughing about, spooning, like women spooning. Stop laughing.
Look,
I am
at the
sorry.
end of the day,
I, Jay Hunterville, sorry. But why are you laughing too? Like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I am truly sorry.
are you sorry?
I am.
Okay.
No.
I am. I am.
As
So
long
you
as you
changed your
understand.
view on
Yeah.
it?
I
Like,
changed
what-
my view on it
As long
because
as you understand.
I understand.
You changed your view so you can continue getting vagina, though. Did you change it?
I
mentally?
changed. I'm not getting vagina.
No, the real question here is, this is the real question. You, Jamie Hunter,
Huh?
do you now
You
let
gotta
women...
just put on man Govey and everything. Like anyway, okay, okay, continue.
We'll believe that.
Do you now let women spoon you?
I was about to say.
Sure, sure. I don't have a problem. Like
Nah, you ain't spooning me, man.
Jay Hunterville. I'm speaking for myself because
Fuck outta here with that.
listen to me. This guy's not catching flack. I'm catching flack, and I didn't see where the problem was until someone sat down with me. They told me everything, and it's like I realized that I was wrong. So and even the starting for comparing intimacy with other stuff, I will truly apologize.
Yes.
Now back to that pornography. Sorry.
I'm rolling. Someone was like, they heard the sorrow in your voice.
Yes. Listen to me. I got clotted. What I say? I got cussed. Like people are like, I don't even know you anymore. What is man? Like, you know what I mean?
In order for you guys to really understand and get the full picture, you guys got to go to our previous episode to really understand
And
why.
another thing, for the coconut activists that like coconuts and stuff,
I'm rolling.
I still don't like coconuts.
Yeah, coconut water is for
So
me,
you can drink your water
coconut water is just
and
taste, man.
do whatever you want to do with your coconuts. Okay, do whatever you want. Go suck a coconut.
Wait, would you eat the cake thing that has coconut?
Huh?
Like that Jamaican bake
The
where
roll.
it has
Yeah.
where it has coconut and it's sweet, it has raisins on it.
I'm sorry, but I think you know my answer.
Oh,
You wouldn't touch that at all.
You don't even like the pastries?
Yeah,
Coconut pastries?
I think I've been. I'll put it like this. I probably was scarred by trying an artificial coconut, and I said, "Oh, that's nasty." So everything coconut's nasty.
Oh.
That could be it.
Oh, so
But
just being
I just don't like coconuts, guys. So just it doesn't mean I'm oppressing you guys that do like coconuts. I just don't like it for myself. Thank you. But
Back to the porn. After all these apologies.
speaking of
I think
the white stuff. Speaking of the white stuff, from coconuts to
like Harry Spears.
What?
Like, coconut isn't
you made
coconut.
it weird.
Coconut
Anyways,
hair.
go back.
Anyway, but
It's getting weird, man.
I think pornography is
Harming?
huh?
Harming?
It's harming because people believe that like it's like how sex is supposed to be in a
Like
way.
it's reality.
It's reality. Like
Girls are that flexible.
girls
and
are
they
that
come
flexible.
in 5 minutes.
It's just for like
Yes.
a 30-minute clip, like,
Bruh.
and like you do it this way, so it's supposed to end like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think porn shows intimacy neither.
Yes. Cause
Well, it depends on the category, but that's a whole nother thing.
Right, they got those like sensual massage categories and stuff,
Just like the blue
or
movie
the
them.
ones with the storylines
The
where
blue
they're
movie
like
then, that's
The blue.
blue movies. What are those?
Huh?
Blue
Never heard about
movies?
blue movie?
I don't know blue
What do they
movies
do
You have
with
to be
blue
from
movies?
the.
What do they
What's
do
a
in the
blue
blue
movie?
movies?
What did they do with blue movies? Yo, that was a funny blue movie. Y'all remember
It's like,
what?
how do you describe it?
Soft porn?
It'd be softcore porn, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like the ones where you
Yo,
stay at a certain time.
it's like okay, but
You stay up at a certain time,
Oh.
at a certain hour,
Right.
and then you're just like, hey, what's going on here?
Wow.
And then you're like you're in the bed thing, and then you're looking out with one ear to see if no one's walking around
Dead.
the house,
I'm
and then the other ear, your eyes just glued to
dead.
the shapiness.
Yo. This is one of those moments where it's like, comment below if you've been in one of those situations.
what?
Wait, been in a blue movie?
No, been in the situation when you're watching the blue movie.
Like you're just watching, like, oh, this is crazy.
Oh, you're talking about sneaking it. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, the sneaking part.
Me, I was young and curious back in the day. Like Channel 7 was the thing, yo. Channel 7 was the thing.
Channel 7 used to show.
Yo, that's what it is. City night.
Yeah, see that? I mentioned. Oh gosh! After the news and something else, I'll just turn my volume down on low. That's what I'm just being honest. That's what it was. But like,
You turn it on.
I was just watching to watch. I wasn't like slanging or anything.
See, okay, but that's where my argument comes in. That's why I think it's a great thing to have it.
Slanging.
The-
To Channel 7?
I said I wasn't slanging.
No, but when you're you're looking for anything.
Oh, bro.
Yo, let me tell y'all a story.
Oh, okay.
Story time.
Story time. Yeah, that's-
So, the way that my house was set up growing up.
Jesus. Oh no! And then as soon as you said it, it's like, oh.
I'm like, it's low, it's light, it's so light, but the way my heart pounded. Okay, so how our apartment was set up was as soon as you walked in, we had the computer right in the living room, right? So literally, if you open the front door, you can see the computer. And the way it was placed, like your back is to the door and the computer's right here. So anyway. So the point is, you know, back in the day, like pop-ups and shit when you be on those games and whatever, those game sites. So I can't tell you how old I was, but I think it was middle school. Okay. And I recall, you know, the stuff was popping up or whatever, and I'm doing my thing, you know, trying to play the game, and then I was sort of intrigued by the pop-up. So then I clicked on it.
Wow.
So now you know there's 37 pop-ups.
Hold on, virus, yo.
It wasn't even like, I don't think it was a virus, but you know how you click on a pop-up and then it like pops
all
up
10 of them.
7,000 new pages of porn.
Yo.
Meanwhile, I hear my dad's truck in the back.
Oh.
Hold on the power button.
Bro, but like, I don't even think I heard, like, I think I heard it late. Like, I think things were going on and the volume was on. So then I was, you know, distracted. Next thing you know, I hear the car door close.
That's
The car door closed. And I was like,
everything just
I
louder.
got 20 seconds until dad is in the house. So at first, you know when you're doing things in a panic.
Control Alt Delete.
I'm trying to do something and then I'm just like, oh no. So I then press the button, right? I press the button and I dip into my room. Right? But because it was one computer for everybody, next thing you know, my dad, you know, I think later on in the night, he's going on the computer. Okay. And it was like, as soon as, I guess I didn't push it hard enough because I was running. Trying to run at the same time, whatever.
Standby, Bridget.
So I think that's what happened. So that as soon as my dad turns it back on, you hear
all the noise
sound.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Rolling.
Wow.
I just had to thank my blessings that I think he just turned it off. He must have thought it like, I guess, I don't know. He must have.
No, it's probably he
I
thought
think
he was
just
on it
turned
one
it
time.
off and then just, I don't know, but I was never talked to about it. And that, and that is the end of that.
He probably was on it one time and said, Lord God, imagine if they picked me that day.
I low-key don't even think my dad really knew how to use the computer all like that anyway, so like I highly doubt it.
What did the person say? Has anybody said anything? No.
Maybe.
About it? Dying. Everyone's dying.
Can
Bro,
you imagine?
when I tell you guys don't even understand
Listen
like
to
the
me.
fear
The
in my
stress.
heart, bro.
I could only
Listen to me.
imagine.
I remember. Okay, I guess are we doing like
Porn stories?
almost got caught up porn stories, Bridget? So
That's the only one I
here's
don't
the
really
thing.
watch porn.
I don't think I got caught like porn, but I remember like computers mushing up because of porn. like legit, like legit. We had no type of virus thing to
There's
like
no protection,
figure out what you're doing, like, and then the computer just internet start work. I'm trying to go on like Neopets or something, and then some random pop up will pop up.
Yo, that's a wild.
And then something will pop up, and then the best part about it is like my parents, they weren't really into computers or anything like that, which was good.
Right.
But for like, it's one of those things that if my sister and my brother now go on it, and something pop up, it's over. Like they'll be like, oh. But for me, one time I was playing this game. I don't know what it was. It was like a game that was on like, it was like E-Bombs World or something like. It was like an old
Yes.
It was like E-Bombs World. One of those old like half like bad but good. They had good games.
Yes.
So I was playing a game that it's like, I don't know what it was, but it's like something happens. It's like it's either like a spy camera or something like that, some type of game that you're playing something and then something just pops up. So one time, like, breast popped up and it froze.
Oh, that's it.
And my mom was like, it was a game that you didn't expect breasts to come, but
they came.
it came. And my mom was like, there's a wall here, and then the back of the wall is the kitchen in the apartment. So she's doing whatever she's doing. I'm thinking I'm playing a typical game or whatever. So my mom finishes what she does in the kitchen, and at the same time as my thing starts to freeze, my mom is walking across to see the screen. So you know how you try to click that thing and you try to drag it, but now there's like a million breasts everywhere on the screen? Like, you know how you dragged it on Windows? If you dragged it, like, everything just comes up.
Oh, like when it's, like, very delayed?
So a whole heap of titty came up on the screen.
I'm dying.
But by the grace of God,
Amen.
my mom walked past and didn't see it, which is, you know.
That's rough.
There's more, I have more crazy porn stories, but I'm not going to address them.
We had it.
Indulge.
I will not.
I'm rolling.
You see, if the cameras was rolling, stop calling me a porn addict. I was just, But anyway, but yeah. Any of you guys have a random porn story?
I mean, mine's just quick. Like, one time, I was just doing whatever, and then I must have been in the zone or something. Just focused.
This guy.
Both heads are focused.
Both heads. Stop this.
Both heads are
Double
focused,
entendre.
like-
Don't even ask me how. Pause.
Like, I was in the zone, right? And then all of a sudden, I get startled, and then I just fired a shot.
Oh my god.
I don't know where it
Wait,
landed.
whoa, wait.
a shot of what?
Wait,
No, Calvin!
wait,
No!
whoa, wait.
Yo,
wait.
I'm not going to
Don't ask twice. Don't ask twice.
I was a little distracted. I was texting and all I heard something about shut up, don't know where it happened. Let's just end this
See,
here.
when I said
Let's
story,
end
I
it
meant
here.
like almost getting caught, not like.
No, but like I almost got caught because like Terrence almost like the door. I heard the keys, and I heard the door opening, and I was like,
This-
"Oh!"
We
and
are a
just-
family
Like
show.
this is just like legit like.
We are
like-
a family-friendly show.
First it said you should have used the sock.
Do you guys
Did
really?
what?
Okay, wait. Do you guys really use socks?
I never.
This is for
Have
real.
I ever
Yes, I do know
used
that some
socks.
people have.
What do you use the sock for?
So it doesn't have accidents like this.
Can't you just use tissue?
Nah,
Paper
tissue, yeah.
Like
Some people can't control themselves.
I thought.
Oh, don't pay me attention.
This man said he shot off like.
Not saying that
This
he
is
can't.
what,
I'm just
this is
saying.
not what I meant from the story.
far.
I was
We
talking
should have known
about.
this nigga would take it there.
But
We should have known what he does.
I mean, the initial conversation
The
was
man said he shot
what?
up like like chair move like what? I
I don't
wasn't.
want to talk about any penis juice because
I'm
I'm not
rolling.
getting any penis ever. So
well. The initial question was
What does that
if
have to-
porn was.
I don't want
even
to talk about it.
beneficial.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, can we just not talk about?
Porn
Don't want to talk about it.
Is porn?
beneficial or not, or is it detrimental?
Porn
human
is.
life.
I mean, I feel like haven't they done like scientific studies and said that it like
it
Like
destroys
shortens
people.
like
people's
desensitized
span.
Yeah,
Desensitized,
it's not a good
this,
thing.
that.
It's not a good thing.
For this generation, I feel like it is.
Well, they're just going off, backing off. You see how Pornhub is doing
numbers.
every 100 views, they're planting trees.
Really?
Every 100
cool.
views, they're planting trees.
See, another campaign initiative, and everyone is aware of it.
Out in
Oh,
the
shoot.
open.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Like, makes you wonder.
About other people.
That's pretty cool.
No shade, no shade.
You know, you meant that to be shady as a palm tree, honey.
trust me, you like it's like you, don't tell us it's rain, but
Oh,
What happened?
he said, "Don't tell it's rain," and I thought of.
no, it's not just the analogy.
I'm rolling.
You know
I'm
what's the
so
thing?
stressed
You know what's the
out.
funny thing? I'm thinking. You know what's the sad thing around? You know
I
what?
don't know,
This is what you
man.
guys
We're
did because
talking
now you
about-
guys are
let's just-
bringing me throwbacks. Like we were kids and we were
I don't want
systematically.
to talk about it.
I'm bringing back the term systematically. We were systematically brainwashed. Like back in the day when those channels started watching Blue Mo, like watching Blue Me them and all those crazy things after 11. Do you remember the pop that was showing back then? Pop music, like Liquid Dreams.
Liquid Dreams, yeah.
And like,
Who's that?
you never heard that song,
Y'all
Liquid
are
Dreams?
watching TV too late.
No.
I'm not
Hold
allowed
on.
to understand none of the things y'all talking about.
Do you remember like Hit List, YTV Hit List was
Yes.
systematically brainwashing us with these like crazy lyrics. Liquid Dreams was talking about like
by Old Town. Look it up.
I didn't know the
Old Town,
and like
Liquid Dreams.
some other songs like If You Get Down on Me, I'll Get Down on You.
B44. Look those songs up.
This guy
I
knows the
remember
artist.
that.
You remember like
remember
some
that.
sexual innuendos in these little kid, you
I wasn't
know?
on that yo, now you say that?
Like there's some wild sitting like boom dap dap lamp dam doom.
Okay, that was. I don't know about any sexual.
You don't
innuendos
know
in
about
that
the
song.
system. There could be, guys.
We were like
You don't know
10-year-old kids.
That doesn't mean anything.
I'm rolling.
It's messed
That
up.
doesn't
It's better.
mean anything, guys.
But now that we're
You had
talking about
teenagers
these
pelvis
kids, right?
thrusting.
It makes you wonder. What the fuck we were watching growing up?
Just means that this world is a perverted
Like
world.
even like I'm a Barbie girl and like
Oh yeah.
like y'all didn't find that weird?
One of them died though. Rest in peace.
What?
One of them died. I don't know if there's a lead singer or the dude, but one of them is out
Like
here.
y'all didn't find that weird like blue and dee da. Like did you know like Prozac had some fire, but like didn't you find like
And isn't Prozac the thing you take for depression?
And it was a
And he was a very depressed guy.
the levels to that. You take it in now. Eh?
sucks to be you?
Ah!
I know.
Oh!
He had some fire though. www.
That was him too.
Yeah, it was.
Money stand up in the night. www. Never get over you. That's some depressing songs. Like, but sorry, back to porn. I think it's a bad thing. I think it makes people believe that they can like.
Why? We could have left this alone.
I feel like it makes people believe that they can go for hours and hours.
I feel like that's what's needed for some people.
Interesting.
Because some people be 1 minute men and women.
It
I
makes
think what you meant is that it provides unrealistic expectations.
right,
Standards?
right,
Yes.
and it's quite addicting.
Is it?
Yes,
Quite addicting.
Is it?
yes. There's people that are addicts.
Is it?
There's people that are addicts. I don't know why you're looking at me, bro.
Because you're talking about a topic very close to your heart. So
I'm not.
giving you
Wow.
undivided attention.
Wow. Yo, what time is it, dog? Yo, what time is it, dog?
Wait,
What
close to
time?
his heart or close somewhere else?
What time is it, dog?
Actually, pause. What did I say?
Thank you guys for listening. Is there any other topics? No. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you have any-
Wait. We can't end the podcast. He will beat me up. No,
Can we not?
no. Keep the
I am
live
not
going.
abusive.
Keep the live going and save a life.
Yo.
That is actually very true. There's the whole thing about the Bahamas. So, hey guys, if by any chance you guys can find a charitable anything, go and donate so you can help some of the people who are surviving the
island folks. Right?
exactly
Our neighbors.
what has happened. I believe a hurricane has hit them
Dorian.
Yeah.
and has basically brought a lot of it underwater. So if you guys can reach out, find somebody and help out a brother or sister from the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good way of ending the podcast.
Yeah.
askthevent@gmail.com. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify,
Why is he talking so deep?
Stitcher.
And like,
and all.
Can you
other
come sit
podcast
next to me,
streaming
dog?
platforms. This is not what you wanted. Also, we're gonna be on YouTube as well.
I'm rolling.
Right? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook pages.
Jeez, what the hell?
I told you to
What
come
the hell?
sit next to me, Fab.
And this is the vet. We out. Peace.